What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy Dan, a Lakers fan, and today I'm coming to you guys with an exclusive video to talk about Mr. Lavar Ball. Now, I wasn't going to be able to record today because I had surgery scheduled today, and so I was going to miss out my regular daily routine schedule recordings after Laker games. But luckily, I get to make one later on today for you guys. Now, we play the Dallas Mavericks tonight. Hopefully tonight the Mavericks don't screw us over. They've been whooping us all season. Hopefully they actually get a win today because we're creating separation in the tank rankings and we're the number 2 worst team in NBA. I know we should never cheer for this, but this is the exception. Anyways, guys, the video is about Mr. Lavar Ball and Lonzo Ball and why I think Lonzo Ball will actually be a superstar now. I was watching an interview today in Undisputed with Skip and Shannon Sharp. Great show, by the way. Check it out. And in that video I was watching earlier, Mr. Lavar Ball said some interesting things about his son Lonzo Ball and why he believes that Steph Curry is better. Lonzo Ball is better than Steph Curry. Now, do I believe this? I don't know. It's too early to tell, right? You can never tell till like 2 to 3 years inside an NBA player's career what kind of player they're going to be. But his son does have promising potential, and he looks like he's going to be a surefire NBA star at the next level. But no player is perfect, and he does have a lot of ways to improve. But this is why I do believe he will be a superstar, guys. Now I'm going to show you guys a little clip of what he said, and then I'm going to talk about it. Bear with me here.
I'm not going to tell you how to be a parent or what you should and shouldn't do, because all intents and purposes look like you raised 3 great young men. But do you think you might have went out on the limb a little bit too far when you said your son, who's a college freshman at UCLA, is better than Steph Curry, a 2-time MVP, with the last time being unanimous?
No. On the fact that I have the utmost confidence in what my son does. And just because I say he's better than somebody, who cares? I believe it. So I don't care what nobody else says. You can judge on your own.
But you, sitting here looking at you, listening to you, and spoke a little bit off camera, this is not hyperbole. You sincerely believe this.
I believe it. I know it. And it's just like, I know what work my boy put in.
Right.
For me to say that.
Right.
And so I'm not going to, just because somebody else has titles, I'm not disliking Steph Curry or nothing.
Right.
What he's done for himself, that's for him.
Right.
But I know what my boys are about. And it's like I said, Lonzo was the best player in high school.
Right.
He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average.
Right.
We're coming for everybody.
Right. So let me Skip. Hey, but do you think you're adding undue? I understand he was the best player in college. He was the best player in high school. But do you think you're adding undue pressure?
First of all, your pressure and our pressure is 2 different things.
Okay.
There's no pressure in sports. It's entertainment. Life-threatening situations, that's pressure.
Right.
Like I've always told my boys from day one, if you're coming home and they say you got to leave and you don't have nothing to eat for 2 weeks, that's pressure. My foot on your throat, I'm about to kill you, that's pressure.
Right.
But telling me something, you can't hurt me or my boys by telling something. Now, 2x4 upside the head, you might hurt. But as far as this is not pressure, it's entertainment. And the more people to watch, the better we like it.
You raising entertainers, not ball players.
Hey, evidently, they was ball players when they came out the womb.
Evidently.
So I find it really interesting that Lavar Ball, the way he has mentally prepared his children for the next level, and this is why I think most of his children will be stars at the next level. I think LaMelo has a shot, even though he looks really soft and skinny right now. He will grow, and if he has his parents' genes, he will become a NBA-sized player, and he's very skilled. He's a great shooter. But this is why I believe Lonzo Ball especially will be an NBA superstar. In the interview, as you guys heard, Mr. Lavar Ball actually believes the statement. He's not, saying it just to, just as a marketing ploy for his Basketball Ballers brand, the Triple Bs or whatever. He's not just saying it to get attention. He actually looks like a great parent who supports his children and installs mentally toughness in him. Now that's an art that's really lost in today's game. Most NBA stars are really soft, and they depend on the whistle. They depend on the whistle to bail them out and to get most of their points, like James Harden and players like that of that nature. Not that James Harden isn't great. He's great, but they're very soft players, and if they were tougher mentally, I think they'd be even greater. There's only very few NBA stars that are similar to the 90s and early 2000s era, like Kawhi Leonard, who's having an MVP type season. Shout out to Kawhi this season, by the way, and Draymond Green, players of that nature that are tough-minded. Patrick Beverly, players like that. There's very few left, and I think Lonzo Ball is actually being groomed in that mentality style. He might be the next. Not to sound biased because we have a top pick, but he might be the next Kobe Bryant because his mentality that his father's installing into him reminds me a lot of Kobe's mentality. Now, his father said something very interesting that I find very, very, it was like music to my ears to hear. He said, my son is not going to be satisfied with getting to the next level and then feel like we made it. He said, heck no, we're coming for everybody. Now, this is music to my ears. Why? Because most of these young kids, they get to the NBA and they're like, they have that, like, oh, we're accomplished type personality, very much like D'Angelo Russell, who sometimes just waltzes through the game and he doesn't try hard. Very much like these young stars, that they don't have to try to get their points anymore. Back in the, not to sound like an old head because I'm only 26, but I grew up watching 90s basketball, and man, players were diving on the floor in the preseason back in the day. Now, we have to wait to the playoffs to get that kind of intense basketball. You should always be playing your hardest every single game, all 82 games of the season. And this kid Lonzo Ball, by the sounds of what his father's saying, he's saying, to him, there's no pressure. To his kids, the way he installed that into their head that there's no pressure in basketball. It's just entertainment. All right. Pressure would be like a life and death situation, right? Those were his words, and that's a really great mentality to put on your kid, because if he's used to pressure from his dad, from the media, from all this, getting to the NBA won't be a big deal, guys, and he'll continue to perform the way he's performing at the collegiate level. That's why it is crucial that the Lakers draft Lonzo Ball, because he seems to be one of these kids that is rare, that's going to come in and work his hardest and pay attention to detail and not be satisfied with success of just being the first overall pick or the second overall pick or the third overall pick, but striving to become, the bar is set pretty high. If your father believes you can be better than Steph Curry, and if you believe it too, then the bar is set pretty high, and that guarantees a certain level of success, right? If you believe you have to keep training while everybody's relaxing, if you believe you have to put in the work, and you actually believe, because confidence is a major part of NBA superstardom. If you don't have confidence in yourself, then you're going to be a role player in the NBA. You have to have confidence to be a star player, and you have to have talent, athleticism, skill, all of which Lonzo Ball possesses. And that's why I'm excited for him, guys. And his dad only makes me more excited, because I used to think his dad was doing him a disservice by putting that kind of pressure. And a lot of you guys might disagree with me. You guys might think it's true, but think about it. If his son looks relaxed, he doesn't look pressured. And his son continues this mentality all the way to the next level. And to him, basketball's not pressure, right? Like his dad said, life and death situations are pressure in life. Basketball, it's entertainment, and you have to dominate it, right? If you're with that mentality and that mindset, guys, the sky's the limit for this kid. And watching this interview just actually made me really, really change my mind about his dad. Anybody would be lucky to have a father like that. I grew up without a father in my life, and I wish I had that kind of support in my life, to push me to be great at whatever. Sometimes we have to push ourselves, right? But, it doesn't hurt to have parents that push you to be elite. And yeah, guys, well, hopefully we draft Lonzo Ball. And pray for me, guys. I'm going into surgery tomorrow. Like I said, it was postponed. I was supposed to go under the knife today, but I ate something past midnight. That's a big no-no, or so my doctor tells me. And so I'm going under the knife tomorrow. I actually fractured 2 bones in my hand, and I thought it was just one, but they showed me the x-rays today, and it was 2 bones. So it's going to take like 3 months for me to heal. Pray for me, guys, and I'll definitely catch you guys after the Lakers game tonight. We play Dallas Mavericks. Like I said, hopefully they play great and we still catch a loss. Hopefully the Mavericks don't let up and we win this game, because we're creating distance between us and the Phoenix Suns for that second overall spot. But leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys up to the next one.